Gingers in the mist.
Cold hands, brother.
Freezing cold day, Giners.
Very cold.
Where are we?
Oh, we're at a place called March, lovely
Yeah.
little town. I think it's Cambridgeshire, on the old River Dean. Weird little venue, isn't it?
Tiny.
Absolutely minuscule, but in the winter loads of fish migrate in from all the bigger drains on this fenland system and come into these little town areas of these kind of venues, get away from things like cormorants and predators, and they've been catching loads and loads of fish here. So great place for the latest cruise on the bank, I'm saying.
Can't wait.
And the Winter League finals here as well. The biggest UK Winter League. The finals the back end of Feb. Cheeky practice, and hopefully show a few people what they might be able to expect.
Are you going to share the secret bands, the tips?
All of them, mate. Gonna let them all go in this video.
Every single one.
All of them.
Let's get cracking.
Top tip, fish in the water.
Ooh. Plumbing up, Giners, what are you looking for? Because you seem to be doing a lot of things with your arms.
I am, mate. Look how tiny this venue is, right? It's shallow, it's only 4.5 foot deep. So the place I want to fish for the majority of my day, or to amass the most fish in my peg, is the deepest bit, which that's why I'm doing a lot of wobbling about with my arms. I'm just trying to find that. But it looks like it is, nice and comfortably, right on the end of my number 5 section there, look.
Right, so you're looking for the deepest bit of the river?
If I reach out, look, it starts to come up.
Yeah.
And if I come back here, it also starts to come up. Whereas if I'm straight down the middle, just there, that is the deepest bit, look. See it?
Yeah.
And it's actually lovely and flat. One thing I'll say that's important, when you fish in venues like this, they sometimes move that way, but they also sometimes move that way. So I have a little plumb up as it's towing that way now, downstream. So when you run your rig down, you don't get any nasty surprises. But also, just in case it turns round, just have a little plumb up the other way. It's a good little tip there. And this peg's lovely. It's nice and flat. No snags or bumps or lumps. So whether it goes that way or that way, and it will probably change today.
Weird how it goes left and right, doesn't it?
Yeah, but I think they like pump. It's all irrigation, isn't it? Wasn't it designed by the Romans or something, the Fenland drain?
You love an old fact.
Matt Godfrey history lesson, folks. Tune in. Yeah, I think it was. It was like all to drain the land and that. So they pump, then it's still used now for pumping water all over the place.
So get down the middle, folks, on little rivers and drains like this.
And before you go, Tank, I don't think we can ignore that big white thing over there, do you?
No, it's gonna be a fish holding feature, isn't it?
Well, I reckon we'll fish a bit of ground bait and pinkies down the middle.
Yeah.
But we should have a bit of fun and loose feed some hemp over there.
I like it.
See if we can...
an odd bigger one?
Yeah, see if we can catch an odd bigger roach later. You like a bit of hemp, don't you?
I love hemp.
You can have a go on that later then.
I think I will have a little cheeky go.
A little dabble. The old smuggler's ride over there.
I know, yeah, let's have a look.
It's
Come on, the smuggler.
Yeah, it's like 3.5, 4 foot deep under that boat. So
not a lot different to the middle, is it, really?
I'm saying, we're definitely going to slay someone hemp over there.
He's quite quirky fishing here, but
Cool, isn't it?
I think I'm looking forward to seeing what you catch.
You having a go?
Definitely. Big bucket of dirt. Pinkies, hemp.
It's actually got quite a bit of dirt in it.
Has it?
Yeah, it's about 75% ground bait and 25% soil from the riverbank. It is proactive, which is a very, very food-rich ground bait. A lot of bread in it, lots of crushed up corn and hemp and seeds. But when you're fishing for a lot of fish like we are today, I think you want a mix that's gritty, lots of big particles in it, and it'll feed the fish, get them in your peg and keep them there. So 75% proactive, 25% soil off the riverbank. And
stodgy.
It is stodgy. Because there's a lot of fish, I want to keep them on bottom tank. You know what I mean? I don't want
flowing in it.
Yeah, I don't want bits popping off it. So I reckon 3 big balls at start.
Okay.
big handful of hemp in it and a big handful of pinkies.
Go on then, pinkies.
They are very, very cold pinkies. I mean, my pinkie's cold at the moment.
Yeah.
But it's not as cold as these ones that are out in the open air, brother.
They do look cold.
They do, don't they?
That's what
Look
you're
at
going to put in the
that.
start.
I'm going to feed all that at the start. 3 massive whopper dropper doofer hoofer balls. Yeah.
So you're going to put that down the middle,
Yeah.
deepest part. What are you going to feed across to the boat?
Large pot of hemp seeds.
Just this hemp here.
Just hemp seed, good old fashioned Hempetronosaurus rex, yeah.
Love it.
Smell that though. You can smell all the food.
Oh, it smells lovely.
Nice, isn't it?
Mm.
Nice and wet, folks. I always mix it. If I'm expecting to catch a lot of fish, get up early in the morning and mix it, or even mix it the night before.
Yeah.
Last thing you want on this kind of venue, there's a lot of fish, especially roaches, bits popping off it and sending the fish away from your bait. You want it mixed up so all them particles absorb the water and it stays nice and flat on the bottom. So when fish do come in, they feed confidently, heads down on top of your bait.
Edge down. Edge down on bait.
Heads down, bums up. That's the way we like to
Fish march.
fish march.
Whee!
Right then.
That's putting some jocking.
Let's
get jocking.
Let's get some fodder in. Nice, hardly squeezed balls.
Ooh.
I'm going to feed a couple of hard ones and a nice soft one. But, little tip for you, whenever you're feeding pinkies live, make your balls up, put them in as you go along. Because if not, the wriggly little critters will break your balls up. And nobody likes a broken ball.
No. Why are you putting them in relation to where you want to be fishing then?
So at the minute, mate, it's flowing from left to right.
Mm-hmm.
See this next one, I'm going to feed him dead hard again.
Yeah.
The last one I'm going to feed soft. So I'm feeding it very, very slightly to my right. Now I'm wary that I don't want to feed it too far to my right, because if it starts flowing that way, I still want to be able to sort of move the fish this way a little bit. So 1, 2, and then I'm going to feed a little bit of a softer one, just to...
Why are you feeding softer ones?
Just because it's the start of the day, and I feel like a soft one will just bring a few in. Bits will pop off it, be broken down nice and quickly.
Like it. Not loads of bait then, is it, at the start?
No, 3 balls there, and then I'm going to put a large pot of hemp across to that boat, and hopefully later on we'll snare a few little bit of fish over there, mate.
Beautiful. So literally a big old pot of hemp.
Yeah, like a 3/4 of a 200ml pot of hemp.
Love it.
Like that.
Feeding simple.
That's a lovely noise, hemp, isn't it, when you sprinkle it in? Oh, spread her out, brother. Spread her out.
Like a maraca.
Like a rain stick. Think we'll get a bite? Should we have a coffee first? Let it settle.
Coffee first.
And then in we go.
fish.
Alright.
I'll film the first bite.
Aren't we filming the coffee?
No. Don't be so silly.
Tank. This is not the start that we wanted, sir.
First fish of the day though.
Yeah.
What do you reckon?
Not really happy with that.
No, you don't seem happy.
I mean, it's beautiful.
Look at the colours of him.
Colourful little fish. However,
Not a good sign.
I've come here today for large stocks of prime redfins, and that, sir, was a minuscule spiky critter.
Oh, it's the first fish of the day.
I like your optimism.
Hey, at least we haven't blanked.
At least we've not blanked. Could easily blank on a day like today, couldn't we?
It is.
Bolt
Well,
it.
icicles.
Surely we can't not catch them roach at March.
No. Just think everyone will laugh at you if
Yeah.
when they watch this back.
Yeah?
Ha 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 ha.
Come on, the roach.
And you have said to me like a few times now, so I think it's a bit of a clue. I've got to stay quiet.
Yeah.
Can't imagine why. That is tap water, isn't it?
Yeah. Cold. Clear. We've had one bite. It's not looking good.
Hey, I'm confident.
I'm not. Oh.
Indication?
No.
Oh.
No bites.
No bites all the time.
One bite off a flipping wasp. Come on, there'll be one down there. Come on.
Come on.
And this, Frankie, is why
Yay!
we come to the Old River Neen at March for prime specimens like this.
Look at his eye.
Is that the first ever March roach you've ever seen?
Is it? I went with Pem somewhere. That
Oh, you were on the bypass, weren't you?
bypass.
Yeah.
That could be the first ever.
I'm hoping that's a little one.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
It's a good start.
That's a good start. We're off the mark. Took a while though. Like 15 minutes, I'm saying now. We've been fishing.
We're off the mark at March.
Off the mark at March.
What's your hook bait choice?
Single fluorescent pinky.
Ooh, he's look at him wriggle.
Little lively one. Say it's so cold. Hopefully though, mate, they'll have found the bait. Took a bit of a while, he did.
Very cold though, innit?
Yeah.
Super clear.
We have been banging about quite a lot and singing, haven't we?
Yeah.
But,
Well, you have.
all right.
I've been really quiet.
My man's been a pain in the backside.
Just watch this little run through. I'm feeling more positive about, well, if you get a fish now, I am dead.
Why?
Because you're going to smack me straight in the face.
I wouldn't do such a thing, brother.
Zooming on the float, can you all see that? Hopefully you can. It's hard to see.
Oh,
Oh, yeah, I saw that bite.
Did?
Yeah, well, it's solid now, isn't it? Eh?
Oh, it's purchase rod.
Another big prime specimen.
Specimen.
Look at him.
Whoa. Bye, perch. We don't want them, do we? Oh, yeah, come to March, lads. £20 a roach and everything. Go what, baby? Matt'll put an end to that. I can catch 2 wasps on camera, brother. Hiya, mate. We've had a few. It's not been too bad. Bit cold, like. It's not overboard, is it? No, definitely not.
I reckon I could have really scared him then. It's a lot better, folks. He's caught quite a few now, trying to stay as quiet as I can. Been taking a few pictures. Let's have a look at. Go on, let's have a look at some, shall we? All these. Right, look at that one. Go on. I'll show you an edited picture now on screen. But yeah, he's had a few now. Well, I've had a chance to get on the box just for 2 seconds. Hello.
Cheese and biscuits.
What do you reckon to that?
Ransom pickle, a little bit of cathedral cheddar, and a nice Jacob's cracker.
Go on the roach. Love it. First March roach. Terminal tackle and rigs for these drains, you know, that's what we're talking.
Nice coffee, sir.
Oh, suits you.
For the middle line, mate, for that deepest water, I've set 2 up. Both exactly the same float. A little round-bodied one. These are in the natural range that's coming out soon. All I've done though, I have adapted them a little bit because these places are so shallow. I've actually cut last night about 3mm off the tips and about 5 or 6mm off the bottom, just so that they set a bit faster and they're not as long and clumsy. Obviously, when they're longer, perfect for bigger rivers like the Trent and that, but on these little drains, I just cut them down a little bit.
Where it's shallower.
Yeah, I got you a little video. You can probably see the cutaway right
lovely.
now on screen. And then I'll start from the hook and work up. Quite positive rigs. I'm expecting to get a lot of bites and catch a lot of fish. So my favourite hook of all time for natural venues. Super fine pole special. Brilliant for catching loads and loads of numbers of fish because it's got a long shank. So it's quick for hooking bait, especially when your hands are cold like today. And also quick for unhooking fish. I've got 0.8 pure fluorocarbon hook length. I think that a nice light hook length's important, but don't feel like you need to go much below 0.8, so there's a nice bit of durability.
How long is that hook length?
6 inches, mate, that is. 6 inches long. And then on the shotting pattern, I've got a little taper, so that means the shots start further apart, but get closer and closer together, and that's in the bottom 30 centimetres of the rig.
Quite tight, isn't it?
Yeah, I've got number 9s at the top there, and then the bottom 3, these 3, are number 10. So it goes down nice and quick, but then that last bit just falls in slowly. Main line's 013 engage, which might seem a bit thick, but I'm going to be in and out a lot today, fingers crossed. So a little bit of thickness stops it tangling. And like I said, I've got a 0.6 or a 4x16 float there. Line goes through the middle.
Oh, right.
So it don't cut into the body, and you can move them about nice and easily without damaging your line. And then the other rig for that is exactly the same, apart from it's a gram.
Right,
It's
so
bigger.
same principle in the bottom.
Literally exactly the same shotting pattern, apart from I've got a big bulk of number 8s, and then I've got down a few number 9s further down. Number 5 elastic on both of them, slip elastic, brilliant for little fish. And then the rig for a cross tank, totally different, because we're going to be fishing hemp over there.
Little bitty one.
Got a little tiny light float with a carbon stem, just because I'm going to be fishing on the drop and hopefully catching them as it falls. And then I've got a little spread here. I've got 3 or 4 number 10s, and then 3 number 11s, and then again 6-inch up length. Same hook, 18 super fine. The only difference is over there, because it's a bit shallower, I've gone for a softer number 3 elastic, just so that when you strike, they don't splash on the surface and spook. It's clear, and if you're catching over there in that shallow water, the last thing you want to do, especially if they're bigger fish,
Splashing
is
around.
have them splash on top. Yeah.
I like it.
That's it, brother.
Very simple rigs, but very effective.
Well, hopefully.
Bit like you, very simple but effective.
Simple. I don't know if that's a compliment or a bad thing.
It's always a compliment to you.
Well, thanks, brother. That chicken tikka samosa you got with me was lovely, you know.
No.
Try having, folks. I've just had, right, he got a chicken tikka samosa this morning from garage, and I ate it. And then I've just had a cup of coffee after.
Is that a good mix
It's
combo?
not a good combo.
No.
The samosa were lovely. The coffee felt like I was chewing a donkey's back end, honestly. Not very nice.
Curry coffee.
Yeah.
Update, Matt.
Had a really good little run, mate, and then it's gone quiet again, and I honestly think they've just eaten it. There's lots of stuff, so let's put another ball in, brother.
So one-hander.
Yeah, well, a big one-hander, yeah. Let's see if it brings them back upstream. Definitely disappeared somewhere.
You had a little run when I were over there, didn't you?
Yeah, good run.
What were they, dumpy roach?
Yeah, roach, odd perch, a couple of nice chunky ones. We all like a nice chunky one, don't we, every now and again?
Chunky.
You ever do that when your hands are freezing and you snap your hook off?
Have you done that?
I've just done it. I can't feel the end of my finger. You know when you're fishing live? Do you do it? Or is it just me, folks, that does things like that?
Don't let the old sun fool you, folks. It is Baltic, this. It is ridiculous. What's they got on here?
I don't know.
It's a roach.
It's a hybrid.
Is it?
Yeah. No, it's a roach.
Go on, the roach.
It's a roach, brother.
That's a better one, isn't it?
It's a nice one, isn't it?
After that ball of GB.
Yeah. That's what we want. They're the ones, aren't they? If you're going to catch a big wave,
Look at them, they're chunky.
they're the ones
aren't
that
they?
you want.
I mean, you've got big hands, innit?
Big hands, innit, bruv?
The light is dropping, and the roach are getting swung in.
Oh, they're the ones. You know when you see like the 20-pound weights at Marks? I
Yeah.
think they're the fish they catch. They're like,
It's that brand new, innit?
yeah, 2.5, 3 ounce. Proper little weight builders.
Beautiful.
Feel like old he is.
He's a cold little fishy.
Yeah. You there now, down the middle though, love?
Definitely seems to be. It's not been an easy day's fishing.
Not, but I've kind of enjoyed it because I like it when it's slow, but then you've got to loose feed some bait and you've got to get them in your peg. Do you know what I mean?
It's a natural venue, isn't it? It's tricky. It's, I think a lot of it came the fact of so clear.
Literally just like pulled it right back from this morning now, like 6 or 8 pinkies, as accurate as you can.
Right on your flow.
Little light rig. Oh yeah.
Ooh. Getting bites now, aren't you?
Look how still it is now though,
know.
compared to earlier.
It's not flowing at all. It's
If
totally
anything,
stopped.
it's backing up that way a little bit.
Yeah, like you said this morning though.
Oh, see it?
Yeah, saw it.
Get ready.
Go on, you're going to get him.
Are we gonna get him? Are we
Ooh.
gonna get him? Are we gonna get him?
I'm confident.
Are you confident? Oh.
Oh, look at that lift bite, isn't it?
Hey!
Hey!
Amazing, isn't it, Sam?
Crazy. Crazy. You know what crazy? You're a crazy guy. Go on, the roach.
Look at them. Crackers, aren't they?
Beautiful.
You're beautiful.
You're a beautiful roach.
You're beautiful. You're beautiful. It's true. Look at
I'm
them.
in love with you, that roach.
Great fishing though when they're there, isn't it?
I can't believe how many fish you can see on the bridge.
But I think if they're not in front of you, mate, on this kind of venue,
Yeah.
I know it sounds crazy, but there's not a lot to be said for being negative.
No.
You can't just sit there and wait for them to arrive. You've got to be active and not necessarily loads of bait, but a little bit of something falling through all the time.
I've noticed you put a few balls in as well throughout the day. How many pinkies are we
I
talking?
don't know, 6, 8 pinkies,
Yeah.
but like all the time, Tank.
Oh, it's rigid.
Oh, it's come off.
It's come off?
Yeah, because if you don't, there's no attraction to bring them in. And it were definitely the case this morning. There were not that many fish here.
Yeah.
And then this afternoon, it's been really good, hasn't it?
Brilliant. No, I think this last half an hour has definitely shown me
I wonder
you've
if
still got to be positive.
Oh, yeah. I wonder if we'll catch some over to that boat.
You've been feeding it all the time, like regular, and I think...
We've got to have a little go last hour or so, haven't we?
I said to you, didn't I? I said, I think that once that light starts dropping, I think you'll start catching a load. I mean, there's loads more bites now than what there was.
Oh, yeah.
Dumpy,
Little baby one.
Little baby roach.
Wonder why they call them dumpy roach.
Dumpy.
Little dumpies.
Because I reckon someone like... Let me think of a dumpy person that won't get offended.
Rimmer.
James Dent.
Ooh, that's a bit of a risk.
James Dent. I think he named the dumpy roach.
Did I?
Yeah. Right, I'm now zooming on the old float. Yeah, regular feeding, aren't you?
Yeah, but not loads and loads, but just something falling all the time. This water's so clear.
Yeah.
You've got to have some bait falling through all the time.
That held it up, didn't it, that one?
On the dropper. Baby one's there now, what?
Baby roach.
Maybe the heavier rig would be good now.
Give it a go.
We'll have a go. We'll have a go.
Nice to get some bites in this last like half an hour. It's
day.
definitely got a lot better. What would you do, Matt, if you don't, if all of a sudden you stop catching now?
I think, mate, the main thing is to keep feeding, but maybe pull it back. In my experience, unless there's some bait falling through the water on this kind of venue, you never draw any amount of fish into your peg. They're the ones, the little chunky ones.
Dumpies, little James.
Yeah,
Dents.
little dentists. Everyone's gorgeous though, isn't it? Lovely little fish. The only other thing you could do is, if you feel like it's really gone, and we've done it a couple of times today, is to sneak a little nugget of ground bait in and maybe go on a different line.
Okay.
You know, like,
You're like over to the boat or
Put a
something.
little ball in, maybe have a little go over there and just let a few fish regather. Definitely think we'll nail a few better ones over there in a bit.
100% agree. Lovely conditions now, innit?
Yeah, beautiful, innit? Lovely fishing.
Little dinks, aren't they?
So yeah.
Yeah, beautiful. He's a nice one, isn't he?
Oh, there's a skimmer.
Yeah?
Yeah, got a bramble tank.
Oh, go on the bramble.
Go on the bramble. Wait.
Branching out. Go on, skimmer.
Little Jimmy. Oh, it's actually a Pomeranian hybrid.
Oh, I like these.
Little Pommy, look at him. Sexy, isn't he?
Beautiful.
Hey.
Tell you what, he's slaying him now, kid.
Good, isn't it?
I've noticed the way you hook pinkies is slightly different to what people had kind of assumed with this bait.
Aye, mate. I don't know why. And I had this argument with Lee Carey the other week because he says he can never catch doing it. But for years and years, the only way I've ever hooked a maggot or a pink is through the thin end.
Yeah, you see that there?
See him? Through that thin end. Just because you get all that point of the hook showing.
Do you think you just clean a hook and then less lost fish?
Yeah. And like I say, I've not hooked them any other way for.
You've always told me that you'll come that way for
Always
ages.
Through the thin end. I just feel like you've got more hook point showing and more chance of hooking fish.
Oh, go on the roach.
Great, isn't it now?
Solid now.
Little pommy.
Yeah. Brilliant.
Look at that. But that's, you know, these long shank hooks. I love super fine poles, and it took quite a while to get them right, but they're perfect for this kind of fishing. Because you see how that fish is hooked in the lip there?
Yeah.
You can just pop the hook out dead easy and quick.
You're not messing around.
No, and you've got hold of that long shank there, and like literally in one movement, you can plop the fish in your net, slip a pinky back on your hook, and you're back in. And that long shank on that kind of hook for this sort of fishing, is very, very important.
Vital, innit?
Vital. What a word, Tang.
Great. Crucial.
Crucial. Imperative.
Essential.
Can't think anymore.
Um,
Invaluable.
Invaluable. What do you reckon, everyone? Have we missed everyone? Vital. Watch him catch one more. Look at that. They're only tiny little dinks, you know. It's really nice fishing.
Great, isn't it?
Solid now, innit? Shows time of day as well, doesn't it?
Afternoon's been better, hasn't it, mate?
Afternoon's definitely been better.
Maybe it's something to do with temperature as well, that it's just warmed up a little bit.
Definitely not as cold. I mean, a lot of that ice is gone. Still some there, but...
But also, what it shows is, don't stop feeding and just keep your peg ticking over. Keep working. You always find on these kind of venues, the people who are busier tend to do the best, don't they? Izzy Wizzy, let's get busy. Has that one got
a
in
lift
the
by
mouth?
that,
Yeah.
Lifted your float up, Gok. Go on, Roach.
Look how quick you can hook them now.
Like it.
Straight out. It's so important. Little things like that. If you don't have the right hook on for this kind of fishing, definitely going to be a bit of a disadvantage. Yeah.
I've noticed you've got a different rig on your top kit right now.
I have. Well, it's like, it's one of them things, mate. I thought it were going to be crash bang wallop at the start today.
Yeah.
And it was good. We had a good little run of fish, but it were a lot trickier than I thought. So I've ended up fishing with a lot lighter rig. I had to get another one out, and I've got a little 0.2 of a gram on, even for down the middle.
Right.
And it just seems better. I mean, lovely.
Nice fish, them, aren't they?
Yeah, but it's miles better than obviously that 0.6. Look at them.
Stunning, Roach.
That 0.6 and that 1 grammer that we set up to start with. Good at the beginning, clattered a few fish on them, but it's dropped hard. And I think when you just ping in them 6 or 8 pinkies, you need something lighter so your hook baits fall in the same of them. Yeah. And I just put a little 0.2 of a gram on.
Dinky little.
It's a little stainy float that is coming out very soon.
Lovely.
And shotting wise, if I don't catch myself, shotting wise, I've just got number 11s strung out. Can you see them?
So it's the same principle in terms of taper, isn't it?
But everything's just a lot lighter. And as you can see, you get bites so quick on it. I think it's just because it's clear and we've had to loose feed little bits of bait to get them there.
It's a bit more of a faffy rig, but it's 100% work.
It's faffy, but it's so shallow.
I've noticed
I mean, watch how quick you get a bite, look. Even though that's a really light rig, what you're saying, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Do you know what I mean? 9 seconds.
Right in the arm,
9 seconds, and you've got
9 seconds.
So how?
Look at that.
Do you get what I mean, though?
Yeah.
Even though it's a light rig, it's not taking you a long time to get bites. And if you're hooking one of them roach that's 2, 3, 4 ounce, as quick as that every time, you're going to have a ridiculous weight at end of the day, aren't you? So
definitely.
Something that I've learned today, definitely, even if it's a good venue, you need a fish with a rig that is right for getting a fish quick, not necessarily getting down to the bottom quick.
I like it.
On that grammy, you miss bites and it takes you a bit longer to get a bite, whereas on this one, because it's light and it falls in slow, they see it and you get a fish pretty much every chuck.
Try not to kill me with your paw.
Sorry.
Look at that, good accurate feeding, sir. You've got a different elastic on as well, haven't you?
I just put a 3 on this one, Tank. Just skate. I've had to change quite a bit today from what we actually set out to do, but it's made it interesting, hasn't it?
No, definitely, especially in this last part where there's a lot more fish.
Yeah. That's
no slower than, say, a gram rig, is it?
No. It's great fishing. I can see why people come here.
A little bit. Hemp time, mate.
Tangle time, mate.
Tangle time.
Tangle time. Think we're going to get about an hemp?
I think so.
You reckon?
feels hempy now, doesn't it?
The thing is, though, you'd struggle to catch much quicker than what we've been catching down that middle, wouldn't you?
Unless they were big fish.
Unless they're bigger.
Don't know if everyone can see that float. It's a bit tricky. I'm going to have to go back again. You're going to have to give us a running commentary of what's happening with your float, Matthew.
See what's happening, mate?
Not a lot.
Oh, we've got one on the end.
Only gone and got one on Hemp.
First chuck. I didn't know if that were a fish or not then, did you? Is it a bigger one?
It's
No.
the same size.
This is what you want. Look at this.
Yeah, when they all
That is, how satisfying is that when you've got your piece of hemp on and you can unhook the fish and then you can go back out with the same bit and you ain't got to mess about unhooking it.
Oh, I thought that was going to be a great big one then.
No. Little baba.
Oh, nice fish though.
Come on
Isn't it crazy now? Like, we were really struggling earlier, but when it was the brightest it was, clearest it was, feels more fishy now.
We've had a good afternoon, haven't we, love?
Yes, we have, yeah.
We have had a good afternoon. Often like that roach and natural venue fishing in winter, innit?
It is, yeah.
Second part of day's better.
Why are you fishing with your 700 Jinners and not your 900?
Oh, the pole?
Yeah, I've just noticed it.
Just because, mate, on this kind of venue, look at the bank and that behind me, it's just like gritty.
Horrible.
The fishing's good and you're busy and you throw your pole about a little bit. Look at this, I've still got my piece of hemp on.
Go on, then.
That's 2 on the same bit. You think we can make it 3?
Ah, easy. Definitely seems to be a few fish on there, doesn't there?
I just feel like if you do a lot of canal and drain fishing, you need a pole that's got some guts to it.
Yeah.
I use my 700 for a lot of like aggressive natural venue fishing. I feel like you can, without abusing it, you can throw it around a little bit more.
I think when you're fishing short range, like you are, like up 30 metres, I think the 7's perfect.
Yeah. So strong, mate. I mean, I've used this flat float fishing abroad and all sorts. But it's still nice and stiff as well. Can we get 3 on the same piece round?
I think you will. I want you to get a great big roach. Big rodders. If everyone's thinking, why am I shuffling around so much? It's basically because I've got 0 room to film.
And everyone knows how important minimal bankside disturbance is for this kind of fishing, don't they?
I'm trying to be quiet.
I think this is your monster roach tank, you ready?
Yeah.
Look at this. 3 on the same piece.
Go on.
Look at that, he's still on. Can we get 4 on the same piece?
Go on, tree.
See, that's why, again, them long shanked hooks.
Yeah, I wouldn't necessarily use that hook with that, but it looks perfect.
You will now, won't you?
I will now. I don't do a lot of hemp fishing, I'm not going to lie to you.
I don't like hemp fishing,
No.
honestly. Don't like it, mate.
I think it can be brilliant, can't it, for big roach?
Oh, yes. Quite faffy though, isn't it?
Yeah.
It takes me ages to get it on. And then it annoys me when it falls off.
Because you think, oh, I could have got one on pinkies.
Yeah, I could have had one on pinkies by now. But, no doubt.
Just about see that float there. Oh,
They absolutely love it, don't they?
you do.
Bit bigger one tank.
Yeah, he's a nice one.
Oh, my piece of hemp's still on.
How
many is that? 4 or 5?
I think it's 4. I don't
Cracking fish.
know. Beautiful.
I'll tell you what, that'd make a lovely picture, but I'm not going to let you. I'm going to see how many we can get on one piece.
I'm gonna have a go.
We
Love
should
it.
show everyone how we've hooked it as well once it's come off.
Once it's come off, we'll show you how to hook it.
That lighter rig for hemp as well. Little tiny 0.2 of a gram.
That 0.2 seems the one today, doesn't it?
Definitely lighter rig's been good, hasn't it, today?
The old smuggler's ride come good.
Lovely little pub in Cornwall tank called the Smuggler's Den.
Ah, yeah, I've been there.
Cracking bit of snap.
Oh, it looks lovely, that float now. I don't know if everyone can see it. There, look.
Look at that rat swimming across.
Oh, yeah.
Jordan Holloway, the rat.
Just about to see that float. It's tricky to see because of this old white smuggler's ride.
Come on, little fishy. Nibble. Definitely we hemp and all tank. flicking your rig out straight, you know, so it falls in nice and slow.
Yeah. You think they get it on their way down?
See, like that one,
yeah.
Like, definitely falls in a bit slower. And
Tell you what, it's easy to see how you can do a big weight because they're chunky fish, aren't they?
lovely, aren't they? I'm going to net that one. I've got a feeling if I went to swing him,
You'd lose your end.
I'd lose my M and you'd laugh and you'd get it on cam. Look at that. It's absolutely nailed, innit? That what? Bavy. He's good, isn't he? How many's that on the same piece of M?
That's 5 now, or 6. I don't know.
Yeah?
So how do you hook hemp, Matthew?
Loads of different ways, mate. But for me, because I don't like fishing it, it drives me nuts hooking it all the time. I like to literally pierce it onto the hook. So I go through that little flat hole at the top.
Yeah.
And then slide my hook round.
Slide
so
on,
it's
brother.
coming out the... Slide on, brother. Coming out the side like that. And that way you can catch... So I've just caught them 5 on that one piece. You can catch quite a lot sometimes on the same piece. And doesn't take that long. The only thing I'd say is, doesn't matter what hooks you use, when you start piercing hemp on like that, your hooks will go blunt eventually. But I don't really care. I'd rather hook it like that and then change my hook every now and again. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I like it.
Doesn't
I mean,
bother
that's
me.
not... That didn't take you long at all to hook. I mean, it's a faffy hook bait, isn't it?
It can be, yeah.
If you don't hook it right.
But you've got loads of hooks showing. I mean, I'm not missing any bites on it, am I?
No, it's solid.
It's great fishing.
What a super sliding roach god you are.
That one's nicked me piece though.
Has it?
And I've got another piece on trying a new disgorger here. Look, Tank.
Go on the...
Look at that. Look at that. That shows they're eating it, doesn't it? You know, when they swallow it down like that.
They're hungry.
Hungry roach.
Right, few efficiency tips coming up right now. Lovely.
Like that. He swallowed it, that one, Tank.
I'm going to use your new Guru one.
This is a little prototype disgorger. Seemed very nice, didn't it? Whoa, 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 whoa. Mr. Roach, excuse me, sir. You're going back in the water.
Right, give me some tips on efficiency.
Efficiency. Efficiency is the key word because you've used the word efficiency and not speed. Now, the main one, the most important by far when you're catching lots of little fish like this, is to not try and go fast. As soon as you try and go 100 mile an hour, you're going to get tangled rigs, missed bites. You're not going to put your rig in the right place. You're not going to feed accurately. So, top tip number 1 is to start off as slow as you can. And naturally, once you start catching, you'll get quicker and quicker and quicker. Then once you're actually fishing and catching some fish, another nice tip would be to break down on a top 4 a pole and swing your fishing, and like that's only a little one there, but I've took a section less off than I probably needed to with my rig. My rig's only that long, but I've took it off a section shorter, and what that means is I can keep all my rig nice and tight while I unhook the fish, plop him in my net. Now that pinky is absolutely fine. I can get another one, but because everything's nice and tight, you straight back in, and because I've took it off at that section, I only have to chip them 2 out and I'm back in and fishing. So if you do that, if you're catching 200, 300 fish, just think how many times and how many seconds of breaking down you're saving by shipping a section less.
Love it.
The only thing you have got to bear in mind is if you're doing that, you need an elastic in your pole that will allow you to swing fish to hand at that length. So for example, I've got a number 3 on here, and I know that when I break down here I can swing them in and they come straight to me. That elastic were too heavy, I'd be reaching, and if it were too light, I'd be reaching that way, whereas that number 3 for these size fish, absolutely perfect. And to be brutally honest, I started on a 5 this morning, but I've changed to a 3 just because it allows me to swing them in on that top kit plus 1 section of pole.
I like it.
Another thing that's really important, Tank, I've said it a few times, but for this kind of fishing, the right hook is essential. You want something with a long shank, that's a superfine pole.
Is that an 18?
It's an 18 superfine, and that just makes hooking bait and unhooking fish very, very quick and easy. You can get hold of that shank, you can pop it out of the fish, and then you can keep hold of it in the same position and quickly get a bait back on and get back in water. And probably a final tip is all about your roller behind you. You don't ever want to be reaching for it, or it's a bit that one, I think, right? You don't ever want to be reaching for it. Like, I'm not even looking and thinking about where that roller is. I'm just dropping my pole straight onto it.
Better one, isn't it?
It's a nice one, isn't it?
That tornado up there, look.
Yeah, I remember when I used to drive them. But look, I'll show you that hook thing now. See how he's up there? I can just get that shank of the hook, pop him straight out, and then my hook, put that in my net, my hook's in the perfect position, look. Pull my pinky off, put another pinky back on, and out you go. You're like straight back in.
Well, the sun is setting in the sky.
And it's time for Matt and Tank to say goodbye.
What a afternoon, evening sport dinners. Oh, now
Lovely,
what?
isn't it? A better one.
Oh, what are we saying, roach?
I'm going to say we have caught mainly roach, so it probably is a roach.
Go on, the stamper.
Go on, the stamper.
Oh, lovely. Look at that.
What a great afternoon's fishing.
Lovely, mate. Well done.
Beautiful.
Some mega tips there from you, sir.
Have you enjoyed it? I've right enjoyed my day, mate.
I've enjoyed my day.
Bit tricky to start. Fantastic afternoon.
Well done, mate.
Old River Neen at March. What a belter. Don't forget, folks, as well, if you've enjoyed it and you like this kind of video, give us a little like and subscribe, and then when we do more of these, you'll get a notification come through. And you're not going to miss any more.
Well done, brother. Well, it's nearly pitch black, folks. Stunning day on the Old River Neen with Matthew.
Look at them. I love them.
And he's got a lovely bag of red fins.
Prime red fins. Look at that, though.
Stunning, mate.
Enjoyed it?
Absolutely brilliant. Cracking days fishing.
And you know what? I'm going to say 90% of other venues today. I mean, look at that. Stick bits of ice in the margins. I'm saying 90% of the other venues would have had a lid on them, and we'd have probably not had a bite.
Exactly. Natural venues. Stunning the fishing that you can actually have.
Now we've got to find our way back up that big bank side, brother.
Slide on,
I'm
brother.
stuck. The boot's stuck. I'm not even kidding.
Uh-oh.